So I've got 6 of these seeds growing, and a universal seed, but 6 of these triple compressed cookies. Ouch. Those things hurt when you get too close to them, so be careful. And it's been running for quite a while, so we got, good amount of these things. And I don't know. I mean, it's a lot of work to go. You can automatically get these things, but then you gotta place them and break them like this. And this is kind of boring. And takes some time. And you need like 32, I think, to be able to make one cookie. So it takes a bit of time. Slow. Triple compressed cookies are okay, but they're not going to get us where we need to be, I don't think. Let me go in here. Let's take out all these cookies that we've got in here right now. And you'll notice that I've got crafting recipes set up for all this stuff. While they're on here, I'll show it, I guess. Kind of at the bottom here. So I got it up to septuple. The octuple can't really do it. You need to have at least one septuple, and I haven't been able to get that yet to be able to program the last one. But this is good enough to show you something here. So if we can just make one, and here we can see triples. So we need about 6,561 triple compressed cookies to make one septuple. And we'll need 9 times that much. 9 times 6 is going to be 54 or so. So about 50,000, over 50,000 triple compressed cookies. So, yeah. Getting enough of these to make 50,000 of them, that's going to be a lot of work if I got to break it all the time and be manually monkeying with it all the time. So this is kind of help a little bit, but I don't think it's going to be nearly enough on its own. It's going to be way too much work still. If we take a look, we need lots and lots of cocoa beans. We need lots and lots of wheat. So, yeah, trying to make all the wheat and cocoa is not going to be enough on its own either. So I'm not really sure. It's looking like we might have to go the monster slaying route. Let's bake to win here. We've got like the Fallen Knights. These are pretty easy to take out, and we get 7 quadruple. That's not too bad. As far as quadruple, to make one of these septuple, quintuple, double, triple, quadruple. So we only need 729, so that's a lot better. If we get 7 at a time, and they're pretty easy to kill off, so I think monster killing is probably going to be the best way to reach, the cookie quotas that you're going to need. So, but every little bit helps and stuff too. I've been setting up a little farm to try to see how much this can actually produce and so forth. Come down to here, come down the corner is where I set it up. So I got it set up here. This is a farming station with an octadic capacitor upgrade, which will go out a radius of 9 from the center. So 10, I mean. 10 on this side, 10 on this side, plus 1. So it's 21 by 21 total farm size, which is pretty good. This regular dirt is pretty slow, but this fertilized dirt It was like 20 times faster. So we could probably make a bunch of that and set it up. And that would be pretty good, I think. And set up the lights, give it plenty of light. And we'll see how much wheat this actually produces. See if we get it rolling in pretty good. That might help a little bit as well. I think it's going to take a combination of many different ways. So the chunks, breaking down the chunks, making triple compressed cookies from that, growing a bunch of wheat and cocoa beans we already have going, and making cookies with that, killing monsters, getting cookies through that. You know, every possible way you can do it. They're all going to work together to help you get to where you need to go, I think. So I'll be working on this more off camera. Yeah, it's just kind of boring. I mean, we just got to put the dirt out and stuff. And in the case of the fertilized dirt, we have to actually hoe it first once, and then it can plant and replant and so forth on it. But if you don't hoe it, it's not going to hoe it automatically, which is kind of interesting. But there you go. So, yeah, I just wanted to show you that. So I'm going to work on this some more. I'll be back later. Got the farm here all done. Pretty large. It's kind of slowing the frame rate down a bit though. I made this vulcanite matic with the Magellan tool rod. It's got a lot of durability to it. Not being used up too fast. So this should last quite a bit longer, and I won't have to replace it as often. I'll have to repair it when it gets too damaged, I guess. But growing pretty fast on this. We're getting pretty good wheat coming in through it. I mean, we're getting several a second. So not too bad, but it's still really slow when you think about how much you really need to get to where you're going with it. But it seems, yeah, the frame rate's just, I mean, you can see how slow. Chunk, 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 chunk. We're getting about, I don't know, 5 frames a second or so. So I think I might want to move that kind of off, out of rendering distance a little bit. If we go over to like the universal garden, I guess, well, yeah, the frame rate's a little bit better here, except when we're facing this direction. But we're getting, this is done now. Too much left in here. We still got a bunch in here that processed. Making cookies. For some reason, some of these finished products, instead of piping out to the chest, wind up in here somehow. You know, and there's no connection from there to there, so I don't know quite how that's happening. It's almost like it's throwing the item out or something, and then the vacuum hopper catches it, pipes it down here or something. I don't know. Really strange. But yeah, slowly working. But I think, let me go over here and then, yeah, frame rate's a little lower. Might be nice to move this wheat farm off, not out of chunk loading distance, of course, but just sort of out of range of where it would see it. So in order to do that, by the way, I'm making cookies with this too. It might be this other thing I built. It's going up. We hop down here real quick. So we got this setup here. I took this offline to see if it was like slowing it down. It doesn't seem like it's really slowing it down too much. I think it's this thing. But this basically, I have a filter set up here for cocoa beans, stack upgrade, and speed upgrade. And this is the same thing except it's wheat. And of course we got this rationing pipe here, which will allow just one stack of items in. So if I come over here, grab some wheat and cocoa bean, like so. What you can do is this slot here, you can tell it to export and hold that item in its inventory. Actually, what I should have done is grab the whole stack. Yeah, see now the frame rate's really... So I think it might have something to do with it as well. We should maybe move both these things kind of out of camera range. Because it's just going to make trying to explore chambers and fight mobs and stuff really hard if it's this low frame rate. I mean, we're getting, what, 3 frames a second now? Okay, like that. Alright. And now we'll see that this thing fills up. This sort of seems to be the bottleneck. You can only produce so much at a time. Or I'll call it export so many at a time, like once every second or something, it seems like. So it's kind of limiting how fast we could be producing this stuff. But making double compress slowly over time here. So this actually isn't all that slow. It might be just about as fast as the chunks over there, really. And it doesn't really require any effort on my part. But yeah, the frame rate suffering as a result of it as well, though, which isn't so good. Quintuple. So we got a few triples. I should put these in back in here real quick. This one doesn't need any, just wheat and cocoa. This one takes regular cookies. We got some of those. And then this one takes compressed. This one's double. And then the triple. But yeah, I think I really need to move some of the stuff off camera because it's just getting really hard to do anything with the speed. And so I could just tear all this down and then rebuild it somewhere else, but I think we could do better than that. We've got that one quest that requires these 20 spatial I/O ports. So I made the first one of that I need, and we can make use of that to help us. If we get onto the corner here, I think frame rate's slightly better here, but still kind of bad. But in this corner, if you break the wall a little bit, we got these pylons. And it's on the other toolbar, isn't it? There we go. We'll just well, there we go. Take some of these. These at 9. Probably not quite enough. I'll collect a few more and then I'll get stuff ready and I'll show you what I'm going to do. Be right back. So I'm just placing these down like so, opposite corners, so we can grab everything between them, which is the whole farm. We can stick it in a Spatial I/O cell and put it reconstruct these pylons elsewhere, and then reload the farm back into its new location. So that's kind of what the plan is. We need to run some cable and stuff. So I'll finish wiring this up and I'll be right back. Alright, so this should be a complete setup. We got the button here to activate this thing. We get the power coming from this dense energy cell. Now all we need is a chamber thing in there. And we happen to have, there we go, type storage. I think we have, maybe it's not called store. What is this? This is spatial component. Yeah. We got this from a secret, I think. One of those secret buffers things. And we never actually did anything with it. We just need to build a little housing like this for it. Like so. And now we got ourselves a new cell. It's brand new, hasn't been used for anything, so that'll work perfectly for our needs. Come on. There we go. Oh, frame rate. So if we stick this in here, push the button, and it's not quite what we wanted. Alright, this thing needs to go, I think. Okay. Didn't take any of the dirt either. Guess I need to break all this up. The pylons might not be big enough. We might need to go down one more and up one more. So I'll work on that and I'll be right back. Alright, this should be better. The frame rates are already quite a bit better. I mean, there's some chunkiness to it, but overall it's quite a bit better. Do we move this over? Oh, okay. I think we need to... Once you set it to a certain size, you can't ever undo it. Because it's not the same size. What did it say? 3 in the middle. So, yeah, it was only taking the 3. So, if I put the top there, then the first Y is starting from there. It was here before, and so it's taking this 1, 2, and 3. And then there's one more down there, and I extended one more below, so it's actually 5 in the middle now instead of 3. And this thing should be totally empty, but for some reason it thinks there's something in it. I don't know if you can blank these out somehow or not. I'm gonna have to do some research. I'll come back. I'll let you know what I find. I'll bring it back. Well, there's apparently no way to clear these out And even if they're empty, like you capture something and then you unload it, and so theoretically it should all be empty inside, but it still retains its fixed size, and you can't change the size. You can't clear this thing out. You can't, once it's fixed to a size, it'll never ever change from that size apparently. So this is what we're stuck with. I guess we're gonna have to do this in two steps then. We'll capture like the upper part and then the lower part. Do two halves basically. Because we can't get it to 5 in the middle, so we'll have to do two of them, make it 6 by 6, or 6 high, capturing two parts. That kind of makes sense. So, yeah, it's annoying. But, so we'll have to change. It's going to have to come down one too then. But then we can take that off. Now we'll do the same thing over here, and then this should allow us to capture the lower half. So, put one here. Oops, not that. We want that. There we go. So that should be 3 in the middle now, so this should work. Maybe it's not. So it should be 5 high. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me put one more in the bottom here. Oops. And that's not what I pressed. Ugh. It's so annoying sometimes. Okay, one like that, one over here. And then it'll be 5 by 5. Now not all blocks can be taken into the ME spatial areas, I guess. Like the planner, is it called the planner? The farming station rather. Was left behind. Graves are left behind. You notice when we die and we unload a chamber, and then we can go and get our graves, because the graves won't actually be stored into a cell. Alright, so this should work now. And looks like the tesseract and travel anchors also won't work. So those will have to just move manually. But everything else is stored in there now. And then we'll capture the light. Have to. So I'm going to have to set up an identical sort of structure like this, the right size, in a new location where I'm going to store it. So I'll do that and I'll be right back. Alright, so I'm out here trying to set this area up here right outside the sphere. We're pretty low in the Y. Y equals 9. So there's not much further. I gotta go down further than this though. I gotta be able to get below this. And yeah, it's a little bit, I don't want to trust like a bucket of water and trying to do that and build below and stuff. That's just asking for too much trouble, I think. So we're going to use a piston. This should, I can't put one there. So I have to put it like so. So we can move blocks down this way. Down as far as we need to. And this should stop once it gets to the void, I think. Yep. So there's the very bottom. So much safer than trying to use a bucket of water, so I thought I'd kind of point that out. And I don't have the magnet, so I gotta be careful here. I took everything off me, just in case I fall. So, I'll complete working on this and I'll be back. Alright, things are looking good. We got those set up where they should be, so should be good to go. Got our style on there. And there we go. So, pretty small area, so it's not that exciting, I suppose, but still it's kind of nice to be able to do this. So we got one more section to place. We got, where's that tesseract? Actually, it might still be over there. So what we need to do now, we have to take some of the pylons. I'll grab the next section. Be right back. Okay, grab the light section now. There we go. Get that with us. And we can probably dismantle this whole thing now. Shouldn't need it anymore. But I'll work on the rest of that off camera probably. We'll need these pylons as well. Alright. Come here and put this back on here. Oh, come on. There we go. This is where it's there. 1, 2, 3. We need 2 more on top. Should be 4 now. 5. Okay, good. And 2 more over here. Well, 3, whatever. There. And oof, dangerous. Alright. That should do it. We got these probably are going to be in the way. Actually, this whole layer as well. Yeah, I'm going to clear this out. This obsidian out of the way real quick so it's not causing problems, and I'll be right back. Alright. This should be good to go now, so press the button. And yep, get our lights back. Nice. So, if we set the farming station up, well, that's going to drop the frame rate. I think I'm going to put like borders around it, make this safe so that there's not really any chance of me falling off the edge, because I don't like it when it's not safe. So I'll do that first and then we'll set it up. So I'll be right back. Alright, got it all complete. So we can probably set it up and see if it's going to slow down lag over here. But you notice this over here, I noticed that. There's like a little room or something over there in the middle of nowhere. I think we should go explore that. Some kind of secret again. Let's take off all the stuff in case I plummet to my death. That's not going to be much fun. If we come all the way down here, though, we might be able to see it. Yeah, I can see it just a little bit right over there. I can just barely make it out. It's right over here somewhere. Let's get close enough so we don't lose the stuff. Oh, like that. That's what I was trying to avoid. Should be able to see it here pretty soon. Dang, how far does this thing go out? There we go. Big bedrock thing. I wonder if there's a way in. I'm going to put my pickaxe away. I don't think we're going to need it anymore. And I'm going to try to extend this out over to it, and I'll show you what I found. Be right back. Okay, well, it's just a big bedrock box. There's no way inside. So I don't know what this is all about. I've checked every side and it's all solid, so yeah, I don't know what this is all about. A mystery, I guess. Ah well. Let's go over and test over our farm over there, and I'll be right back. Alright. So there we go. Huh. Plants them without a hoe, that's good. I think it's going to need a hoe though to harvest them. Maybe not though. I don't know, maybe I should watch it and see what happens. Look how fast these things grew up already. So this fertilized dirt, yeah, works pretty good. Alright, let's see if it'll harvest these. I grab the hoe though, just in case it doesn't. It did use quite a bit of durability off this thing, so I imagine it must need it. Which one's which? This one's leveled up already once. So this is probably the one that went in there. Doesn't look like it's harvesting. So let's throw a hoe in and see how that changes things. Not sure where it is in its cycle. There we go. Whoa. Yep, so now it's harvesting. So, the Frame rate's a little lower here, but that's alright, because I'm not going to come here very often. The question is whether or not things are better at the observatory. And yeah, frame rate's quite a bit better here than it was before. So yeah, I named that anchor processing. I think I'm going to move some of the other processing down there as well, like our cobblestone generator thing. I think I'll move that over there, and the so yeah, I think I'll move the cobble generation, the cookie production line, all these cyclic assemblers, move them away. The yeah, the smeltery, sometimes that can affect frame rate as well. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think I really want to move this. Pain in the butt. Move it and set it all up and stuff. But I'll move some of the stuff off, and hopefully it'll improve the frame rate. And I need to finish patching up the wall down there. I put the pylons back, but I need to get some of this laboratory stuff here. Go down the corner. And patch up the walls and stuff, so I'll do that, and I'll be back. Alright, so that's about does it for this episode. Thank you for joining me. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, go ahead and leave a like, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care, everybody. Bye.